Welcome to Stuck in Vermont, brought to you by 7 Days and sponsored by New England Federal Credit Union. My name's Ava Solberger. We are here at Green Mountain Union High School in Chester. And this weekend, LGBTQ plus youth are coming from across the state, from 72 towns, all to take part in Outright Vermont's 13th annual Queer and Allied Youth Summit.
We just want to make sure that everybody's feeling comfortable and safe here.
It's important to have inclusive environments for the LGBTQ plus community because it makes people feel more sure and more comfortable in who they are.
Sometimes it can feel very isolated up here, especially as like a queer youth, like someone who identifies as queer. There's not a lot of events, like Pride's up in Burlington and stuff like that. So it's really awesome to bring something like this here.
We need a place where we have community and that we feel safe enough to express ourselves, because like hiding that and like not being able to say and express who you are is like really damaging.
It's important because I get to see that there are other kids like me, even if we come from different backgrounds.
I feel like ever since I came out, I've really been able to express myself.
For many youth, they are the only ones in their towns and their communities.
I'm meeting new people, which is really always exciting. I don't meet a lot of people just regularly.
When you're in small rural towns like Calais, you kind of just stay there. And
I'm disabled. I don't really have a place as a disabled youth. Here, everyone's accepting. Everyone understands boundaries. I haven't been stared at once.
And it's just kind of a way to be able to know that in Vermont you have this community of people.
And I've already found that just by standing around, I just bump into people and then they end up wanting to become friends. I've already friended someone on Facebook.
I have a say in my community, and I have people around me who love me and will support me in all of my choices.
So we've got youth-led workshops in the morning, we've got an open mic, we've got a SpeakOUT and a Pride March, a Queer Prom.
It's just a bunch of fun, just people connecting, getting to know one another, you know.
I don't feel judged, and I can just just be who I am and act how I want to act.
It's really great to come to a summit like this and hear different perspectives from people who are in maybe a less accepting place.
And you may recall, Green Mountain Union High School was in the national news back in 2016 over a debate about transgender youth and which bathrooms they could use.
We have 2 gender-inclusive bathrooms on each floor, so it worked. If enough people want and demand that something changes, it will.
Outright Vermont is Vermont's queer, trans, and questioning youth organization.
I love Outright because it let me figure out who I actually am.
I've been involved with Outright since I was 6 years old, and so Outright's kind of like been there through my whole being.
Outright was founded in 1989 based on the Youth Risk Behavior Survey, which showed really disproportionate health risks for folks who happen to identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender.
Help us fight homophobia and transphobia, especially in schools.
There are a lot of jokes around the LGBTQ community. There's still bullying and stuff around it.
They still are enforcing teachers to use preferred names, preferred pronouns.
So my name is Alex. I use he, him pronouns.
We will not be erased, bitches!
Last year was my first year going to the summit, and it was life-changing. The summit kind of helped me take charge of my own sexuality and use my voice, and now I'm leading my school's GSA. GSA is a Gender and Sexuality Alliance.
Don't tell a youth that they're too young to know what they are. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're extra amazing.
I've learned to love myself more and to love others around me more.
I envision a world where I will be judged on who I am, not my sexuality or gender.
These events, and events in general for queer youth, are so important to show us that we're not alone and that our voice can make something happen.
The things you see as you, I want to know. The thing you want me to.
Thanks for an inspirational day, everyone, and we will get stuck in Vermont with you again real soon. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Sign up for our weekly email alerts. Okay, bye.
Because if you start learning good ideals at a young age, you're more likely to not grow up with stuck in your own beliefs, stuck in your own little section of the world, but rather you'll be more open to other things. And if you start reassuring kids when they're young that there's a community for people like them, and there are people who support them and will love them no matter what, it's okay if they're stuck in Vermont.